Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the West Marches. My name is JP McDaniel, joined by a brand new cast. Well, one brand new member. We've got two returning members, and of course, Steven's here because he's always the DM on West Marches. Before we even get started, let's go ahead and introduce our new guest, Dodger, aka. Actually, I'm not going to even announce your character name. They can just read it yourself. How's it going?
Hi. Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be here. I don't know. What should I say? What do I say in this moment?
Who are you? What do you do? Introduce yourself to the world that
Like
might not have
in
seen
real
you.
life?
Yeah.
In my for reals life?
Yep.
I'm, my name's Dodger.
I love that I have a show where people are just like, in my like real life.
Do I introduce myself or myself?
Yeah.
So, I have two channels. I have youtube.com/pressstart-to-continue, and I do weird gaming stuff and rant shows and things there. And then I have youtube.com/dexteritybonus, and that's a show where I sit around and drink coffee and tell you about my cats. They're good. They're really good shows.
The wildly successful show where she
The wildly
drinks
successful channel.
coffee and talks about her cats. Yeah.
Sounds like South Park, like Fisheye Lens episode.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm excited to be here. I've been on a one-shot role play before, and I'm coming into a pre-existing story, which I've literally never done before.
Well,
in
it's
D&D, so.
it's kind of pre-existing. It's
Well, they're
more like
pre-existing characters.
it's
There's
a
stuff that
pre-existing
has
world.
happened.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is a better way to say it. I guess no, you're right because I guess Bardrick and Kellen have been here before.
Yeah. So.
So yeah. Zeke, how you been doing, man?
I've been wonderful. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I can't complain. We had your partner in crime on last week, and he sucked.
Nay, now.
He did not.
Well, he's fresh was doing it. Like, come on.
He's the one who got everybody killed.
Yeah. He got us all murdered.
He was enabled. Okay, he was enabled.
He got us
Yeah,
all
he
murdered.
had a little cleric whispering stuff in his ear.
He did.
And I hope he wrapped up his cast to see that because I would love to have Man give me some shit, but I don't know if he did or not. What's going on with you, man? Anything new? Just the usual?
Just the usual. Just playing games on the internet. You know, living the. Actually, this is like one of the only times in my life where I can actually say I'm living the dream.
Yeah.
You know, it's been great. I mean, Twitch has been great. You guys, I mean, meeting new friends, like, it's awesome. Life's good.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Shannon, how's it going over in London town? Actually, London town.
Before I say anything, I just need to point out how awesome Zeke's mug is, because that is, I mean,
Right? I was literally thinking about that.
wow.
Yeah, baby. That was a gift from a viewer.
Aw.
well, that's very glorious. Majestic, I would call it. Yeah, I'm good. You know, I've just been plugging away, and I'm super hyped for doing another one of these because it was awesome to do last week with Man vs. Game, you know, and Strippin', and now to get to experience a new character, a new player. Like, I'm just really hyped. So, yeah. And I'm also a bit nervous. Again, obviously, yes, Bardrick is back, but that's Bardrick's confidence, not necessarily mine. So please be warned.
Gotcha. I guess we should fill Dodger in. She likes to take. It's not like it's contemporary rap. Would that be the genre, Shannon? What is it?
I would call it train wreck rap.
Train wreck rap.
just
I like it. I'm already in.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Train wreck rap and work it into her songs.
Yeah, folk rap. Train wreck folk rap.
There you go. So at any moment, it might just happen, and you just kind of, you know, you have to look happy and make sure you feel really awkward because you're gonna. But outwardly, you have to just be like, "This is great. This is awesome. Thanks for this, Shannon. Thank you a
Yay! You're welcome.
lot." Exactly.
I feel so buffed right now.
Exactly. Last but not least, Steven, what's been going on, man?
Yo, not much. We finished off the last session of Numenera this past week. Is that right? Or sometime fairly recently we did
I
that?
think that's right. Sorry, coffee
Yeah.
went down the wrong tube. I'm dead.
Okay, no worries. You'll be all right. Yeah, and I'm super stoked to do more West Marches. And I was prepping all morning, and I added like a whole bunch of interesting new locations to the world. So there's even more to find out there now.
Cool.
I think that's about it
Great.
on my side.
Awesome. I guess we should just say that Made RPG is still happening, but probably not. We probably won't do it till 2015. I think. Is that accurate, Steven? You think that's an accurate statement?
Seems quite possible.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I did try my maid outfit on for some stupid reason on stream. I don't know why. I ordered one for Jesse too. Dodger.
So there's a record of that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
Beautiful.
I ordered the biggest one they had, and it's
I want to see it so bad. It's like
good.
all I want
I mean,
in my life now.
you know, I got it around a leg, so that's good.
Good.
We'll figure out how the rest of the outfit goes on later. It's going to be really stupid, and we'll let you guys know when we're playing that. But we're here for the West Marches, so let's go ahead and jump into that. Steven.
All right.
Away, ma'am.
So, the two of you who've been here before know what's going on.
Can I say something just before we get going? I have a
Sure.
little request for the Holy DM.
Yeah.
Silent Osiris, spelled with a 0, just like Hercules goes from 0 to hero. Though let's face it, he's in control of the fate of my bros, so let's go. No more TPKs on the roleplay show.
An interesting request.
Drops the mic.
I don't know why
They
you'd
dropped
be
the
asking
dice.
for such a
The
thing.
dice.
Drops the dice.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a benevolent GM. I put the TPKs strongly in your hands.
Yay.
Yeah.
Art, forgive me.
Basically, what he's saying is, Shannon, you just got us all killed once again.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we'll see how long
Why
it takes.
even mention it, man? It never happened.
It never happened. It never happened.
TPK.
What is that? What does
I don't
that
know what
even
it
mean?
is.
Who
I don't know.
knows?
I'm not kidding. I have no idea what that means.
It means total party kill.
Oh, okay. Never heard
And
that.
literally everyone dies.
Yep. Yep.
before.
Yep.
Because nobody in my party dies.
So,
shit.
along this same topic, you've heard that maybe about a week ago there was another group of adventurers that left from Frelka's Tavern to go tracking down a group of thugs that were like harassing the outlying towns. Rumor around the town is that they tried to go through the barrows and they've never come back. So people are just sort of assuming that they're gone. So anyway, Bardrick and Kellen, you two have been hanging out around Virascali for about 3 weeks now, so 21 days. Like, at what level are you guys maintaining yourselves? Like, there's a couple of levels of like quality of life. Let me see what I can find for that. Let's see.
Rap.
So,
Not a quality of life.
the price per day for a modest lifestyle is 1 gold piece per day. So that would be like you're living in an older part of town, renting a room in a boarding house, inn, or temple. You're not going hungry or thirsty, and your living conditions are clean. And that's like soldiers with families, laborers, students, priests, hedge wizards, people like that live at that lifestyle. If you don't have enough cash for that, which I think you might not, you might be living at a poor lifestyle, which is 2 silver pieces per day. Is 10 silver piece per gold piece. So that means that you're like you're eating very simple food. You're sleeping in very simple lodgings. You have pretty threadbare clothing. Unpredictable conditions. Like you might be living in a hostel, or you might have a room in a flop house, or in the common room above a tavern, or something like that. So, for example, you might be staying at Frelka's Tavern. Though, Bardrick, are you working at Frelka's in order to earn your keep?
Well, unfortunately, since we got back from the bear lover last time, Bardrick was sort of put to work by Isilla and Salid. She was made to rap for a living and had to give 95% of her profits to her manager and publicist. So she was kept in probably a very poor lifestyle. But yeah, she was made to be pub entertainment probably.
Steven, how much time has passed since that? What are we going with here?
It's been 3 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks. Okay, so it was a short-lived, like what? I guess we should determine what happened to Isilla. You guys can, I don't care what happened to the character. So you tell me, Bardrick, since he was your manager.
Oh, well, he was my manager. I kind of took a page from Kellen's book because Kellen and I, got somewhat close. So I just sort of blanked on what the feelings and thoughts of Isilla and Salid were, and I kind of told them to go take a hike. I just, worked up my confidence and said I wanted to split ways and I didn't need a label. So, yeah. I don't know what happened to them. That's a mystery.
Okay.
Isilla may have decided that the adventuring life really wasn't right for a man of his refined tastes.
I would agree to that.
Yeah. So, Bardrick, you've been, working odd jobs. You have not been living in great conditions. You probably have been sleeping in the common room, but overall, you've had a roof above your head and stuff like that. Kellen, what about you?
Kellen has been spending his time getting acclimated to being around people. Obviously, it was painfully obvious that he wasn't accustomed to being in a group of more than one other person, and so he makes his home outside of the city because he's been a hermit most of his life, and the sounds of the city kind of he can't sleep without the sounds of nature around him. So he'll venture into the city and then back out. And I think he's probably made his home out there somewhere, like a little camp outside.
Okay.
But I think he makes his living by hunting and bringing what he kills into the town, buying supplies, what he needs, and that kind of stuff. And then, asking around about his folks, also, because they went missing, in case anybody forgot. And also asking around about the ancient elven arrow that we found.
Yeah. So let me see here. You wanted to do a little bit of a roll to see what kind of stuff you might have found out about that arrow, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Give me an investigation roll, please.
You bet. First roll of the day goes to Kellen. No.
Go.
Okay. All right.
Damn it! It was still at the fucking. Go ahead.
Slash.
Okay, we're good.
I'm ready.
Oh no, I'm slash roll d20. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's plus whatever your investigation skill is.
Right. My investigation skill is +1. Here we go. Unrecognized command. Shit.
Slash roll space 1d20 plus 1.
Oh, space 1d20. Okay, slash roll
Yep.
1d20 plus 1. There we go. Then 1d2. What are you doing? There we go. Yay!
There we go.
I know lies. I believe him fully.
Okay, nobody knows what kind of arrow that is. In fact, most people look at you very askance because they can tell that this is something strange and ancient and otherly, like it comes from beyond. So Brooke, or Dodger, one of the things about the West Marches is that people like to live in their civilizations and they like to stay safe inside of their homes and work their fields in comfort. And they know that whatever's outside is very dangerous and very strange. Like there are goblins that will steal children away in the night and eat them. There are will-o'-the-wisps that will draw people away into the moors and turn them into wraiths and, all sorts of horrible stuff. So most people don't ever want to travel off of the road. Many people spend their entire life living and dying within a 5-mile radius of where they were born. But you and the people like you, the people that you've met at Frelka's Tavern, you all feel a call that's beyond. It transcends beyond satisfaction with, your station in life. You want to go out. You want to see the world. You want to discover what there is to discover out there in the wilds. So you're in Frelka's Tavern, inside of a town called Virascali, and you can actually see this on the Roll20 map here in about the middle of the page. There's a little tiny hut called Virascali here. Now, a couple of people have started maintaining a tradition at Frelka's Tavern where they take a table in a corner and they just start carving into it locations of interesting things that they've heard about. And so this here is Frelka's table. So someone has carved the location of Virascali in the center of the table, and you guys can feel free to add to it as you adventure and discover other things, in order to let other adventurers know what you may have come across but not investigated, or, add a warning, deadly barrows here, that sort of thing. So one of the reasons, Kellen, that many people are not responding well to you is that they can all tell that you're strange and this arrow is strange. And most of the people, even in Virascali, which has a reputation for being the place that people like you gather, most people don't want anything to do with it. And
Probably
so
doesn't help that when I'm asking questions, I spit and stutter.
Yep, exactly. Combined with your natural manners, it doesn't help. So yeah. Dodger, why don't you introduce your character?
Okay, so my name is Juliet. and just Juliet, obviously. And I am adventuring to find someone who will finally realize my potential as a woman, obviously. So, you know, I'm just kind of up for whatever, like, you know, find a party, right? So, yeah, like, whatever.
So you're not really like aggressively pursuing leads as far as like what there is to discover in the wilderness. You're more like trying to find a group of people and just attach yourself to them.
Look, I just know that I'm meant for better things. So I figure the only way that somebody's going to realize who I am and where I belong is if I get out of this place, right? So you do what you gotta do in order to like get where you gotta be and wear like pretty dresses and drink champagne and be somebody that people care about. So
Yeah. Has there been a lot of pretty dresses and champagne in your past, Juliet?
you know, I was not raised somewhere where people really cared all that much, which like I don't understand at all. But I've been training myself since I was very young to walk and talk like somebody with confidence. And I know that people will see that in me. So,
Yeah, absolutely. What's your race, Juliet?
I am a half-orc barbarian.
Awesome. Sounds like the kind of classy woman that, you know, will definitely make a name for herself in the world.
Absolutely. Party, right?
And JP, who are you?
I don't even know anymore, Steven. I don't even know anymore. My name is Karthak Ironjaw. I am a monk, a half ogre monk. I don't know why I keep
Orc.
writing orc. Is it half
Yep.
orc or half
Half
ogre?
orc.
Okay, sorry. I had a half ogre in the past lifetime. I am a bodyguard of a person by the name of Terathiel Erelond, who is heir to the Elven throne, which you said is a desert empire southeast of Lorien. Am I saying?
Yeah,
your...
the kingdom of Lorien.
Gotcha. And that's why I've come to Veriscali in search of this heir to the Elven throne, because I have lost her in recent adventures, and this is where I last heard she was.
So even though you're her bodyguard, you are not with her.
Yeah, I fucked up and lost her. She's good at losing people, apparently.
Okay.
So is it cool to just like assume that I have been asking around about this elven arrow, and that probably would appeal to Kurthak?
Sure. I mean, I'll just say that like I don't. I needed money or something to be able to travel, and I got stuck here, and that's where we found each other, perhaps.
Okay,
Awesome.
excellent.
And perhaps you since you said elven arrow, I figured I told you I could be of
Yeah.
use to you.
Perfect. And the same with
Juliet.
Elves are
I-
super hot. Oh my god. I'm in. I'm so ready. Party.
You gotta
Now-
do what you gotta do to survive, right?
Right? Oh my
Yeah.
god. I hear their clothes are amazing. Can't wait.
So
wear
with
the
half
like
orc,
studs.
Steven, does that mean that we could be half something like? Could I be a half orc, half elf?
It's
Or are we
generally
just half
assumed.
orcs?
It's generally assumed that you're half orc, half human.
Okay. Then that's what we are.
And then also, would it be safe to assume that since Juliet is, you know, a half orc barbarian who's probably pretty big and tough?
Yeah. Yeah,
that I
she's
would've,
look, she's a big, obviously half orc, but she's like worked really hard to train herself to walk upright, to like look as human as possible while still obviously being half orc, right?
Excellent. I just want to, like, if you can swing a weapon, I'd love to have you along.
Oh yeah, I'm on it. Party.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah. So you guys want to try and investigate more about this
Yeah.
elven arrow?
Someone else, please. Obviously, I know Jack.
Yeah, I don't
how-
know much about history, so it can't be me. I wouldn't know what to do with that. I'm street smart. That's it. So.
You can talk to people. You're a bard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I don't see any historians around these parts. You know what I'm saying? So.
Steven, I guess can I, or I guess I approach it. I'm just like, may I study that arrow? And perhaps.
Absolutely.
Well, if it's my arrow, I mean, I would here. I will give it to you, but Bardrick.
I will stay right here, and you may watch while I.
No, absolutely. But there you go.
Very well, and I look down. Can I make a insight roll to the arrow, Steven?
Insight is more for determining
Fuck.
like
Can I make
how
a perception roll?
Don't even hear the explanation.
Yeah, no, I
Fine.
got it. I guess I would need to make an investigation roll, right?
Yeah, if you want to like try and investigate the arrow to see if there's something that someone missed that would tell you more about it.
Yeah, let's try for it, I guess. Do I get any bonuses for knowing elven royalty and living with elves my entire life, or? Because right now it's only a +1, Steven.
Let's go with the +1 because like it's obviously not a modern arrow. It's obviously an arrow from a much earlier time.
Okay. Fuck. I hand it back to Kel and be like, that is most definitely an arrow.
An arrow. Yeah, absolutely.
We should find someone who knows something about it.
Instead of an investigation check, you know what? Never mind. I was gonna say something was gonna be dumb. I was gonna say maybe because I'm proficient in religion to see if like this has some like markings on it, like gods wise.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and
Okay,
give it a check.
cool.
There are some markings on it, but like none of you right now know what they mean or what they indicate or anything like that.
I take it back. It was smart, not stupid. All right. Let's see. Yep. 1d20 +1, same roll. Here we go. Come on. Religion. Go. 17.
Nice.
17. Okay, interesting. Let's see what I can tell you about that. And the answer is something.
I love something. I'm a big fan of something.
Yeah. So there is an elven name inscribed along the haft of this arrow. It says Arenadia.
All right, Nadia.
And that roughly translates like from ancient Elven into Basilisk Slayer.
Oh damn. Okay.
And you know, as a result of your religion, that there was a basilisk named Lesseri. That was a basilisk god worshipped by ancient Elven cultures on the Central Ellen Plain, where we are right now. So, yeah.
I regale my companions about something that I had obviously missed on the arrow before, but I've discovered that this arrow has something to do with a religious sect that was in operation years ago. I think we should ask around and see if anybody has heard of this basilisk god, and possibly do some more discovering.
Oh my god, I'm so on it. People love talking to me. Don't even worry about it. I can do this.
I know I love talking, so I'm sure other people will feel the same.
Yeah. Thank
So
you.
where are you guys going to go to try and dig up more information about this lost basilisk cult?
How big is this city again? Is it pretty big?
It's like 3,000 to 4,000 people. So it's
Okay.
a small village, but you know.
Is there
decent
is it like a library or I don't know, a town hall, like a city council, anything like that?
I was thinking like a temple.
There is a temple. Let's see, to whom. Yes, there is a temple to Hevera, who is the wall maker, the goddess of borders and protector of towns.
Okay.
So you could check there. There is a small library on the north end of town. So you could check there, though they do have a nominal fee for entering and perusing the stacks. And there's a city council sort of like mayoral residence, but all in all, you're not too sure if that's like that might be your third sort of choice for where to investigate. Though you guys could sort of split up and try to all like gather what information you can, and then meet back up later to compare notes.
Perfect. I actually have quite a bit of trouble talking to people, so I would prefer the library if Bardrick and
Yes, absolutely, Kellen. It's okay.
half-orcs could go to the... Well, maybe one should come with me.
I can go with you. That's cool.
Or that.
Good.
I love
Just
reading.
so you guys know, my friend Kellen here, he's, obviously very tall and very commanding in height, but he's not so commanding in words, and you just must forgive him that. He's lovely in other ways.
You insult a man in front of him?
No. Kellen and I have an understanding.
Kellen,
He
you
knows
let
that-
this person insult you in front of you?
Oh, well,
At least it's called a person
there's
this time.
nothing wrong with a little ribbing between friends, I wouldn't think. Feel free, if you would like to rib me, I would.
I would not like to rib you, Kellen.
Oh, fuck. Are you guys going to fight?
like-
Oh, my God.
I actually
Party.
wonder, does that mean what I think it means? Ribbing? Hey-oh? No? Yeah? No? Anyone?
I'm
Okay.
lost.
I got you.
Okay, cool.
I got
Someone's
you.
got it. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Straight over Kellen's
I
head.
cannot wait to be paid and be done with this job.
Juliet, shall we go to the library?
Yeah, let's go.
So Kellen and Juliet to the library.
I'll head to. What else is left? So there's.
There's
we
the
don't
temple
really
to the temple to Vera and the mayoral residence.
So
like a record-keeping
Iron
office.
Jaw, Home Slice. You got any religious background? You religious? You believe in God? What do you do? Huh?
I will talk to the mayor.
I'll go to the temple.
I just kind of nod and like turn around.
All right, I guess I'm on my own. I'm gonna go off to the temple.
Okay, cool. So at the library, you enter into like the antechamber, and it's old oak paneling all inside, and there's like a couple of couches and small desks. The interior is well lit with oil lamps that are hanging from the ceiling. The ceiling's quite high. There is a librarian at sort of a front desk area. His name is Waltom. Waltom. And he looks up at you. He's got a big, long gray beard. He says, yes, can I help you? You'd like to see the library, I presume?
Yes. My companion and I are in search of any information you may have about.
Yo, where's like your section on arrows? Do you have a section on arrows?
Section on arrows, weaponry of the land, of the kingdom of Lorien, perhaps? Yes, we have a small treatise on the weapons provided with the guards. Is that what you're looking for? It's 2 gold pieces to enter into the stacks and search.
Oh,
Before
fuck.
we continue, Juliet, in my past experience, which is light with orcs and half orcs, can you read?
Yeah, of course I can read.
Oh, well then please proceed. I actually looking for any information about a god named Lasari.
Not a familiar name to me, but we have a number of treatises on gods of the past. What kind of a deity is it? Is it a human deity or an animal deity?
An animal of sorts, a basilisk, actually.
Yes, well, pagan gods then. Yes, I think I have something for you. Will that be in accompanying the search for the arrow then?
Yes. Is this arrow? I pull out the arrow and show him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He picks it up. He takes a look at it. He says, Very interesting. Yes, very interesting. And then he just sort of drops it back in your hand. It's clear that he's not very interested in this arrow. He says, well, 2 gold pieces, and I'll point you in the right direction in the stacks.
Absolutely. Give him the 2 gold.
All right, he opens the door, and he points you off into the corner and says, yeah, our religious tract section is back over there by the red panel on the wall. And he points you off in that direction. And then he also gives you directions to like the military treatises for Lorien, which is sort of across the other side of the library. Let's take a quick stop in with Ironjaw over at the mayoral office. What are you trying to get out of going here, Ironjaw?
Well, when I approach the guards, I definitely look them both in the eye, very sternly as I walk by. I don't say anything, but I just make sure that they know that I'm there. Walk in, and am I greeted by like a secretary or anything like that? Or?
Yep, there's a clerk sitting at a desk who's like inscribing notes from one ledger into another. He's just like transcribing, I guess.
Okay. I pull out a small parchment and put it on the table, and it's a letter from the Elven Empire the Erelond Empire, saying why I'm here and what I'm doing here, and then say I would like to speak with the mayor if he is available.
This is written in common.
Yes. Well, it's written. It's written. The one that I handed is in common. On the back is Elven.
Okay, cool. I guess there's like some sort of seal or something stamped on it.
Yeah, there's some A stamped on it. That's the royal seal.
He looks down. He picks up the piece of paper and he studies it closely. He looks up at you and he says, I'm not certain what to make of this. Is it possible this is true? Do you have any more proof? An insignia or a signet ring of some sort? The mayor is a very busy man. I'm not sure I can simply pull him aside.
I pull out. I have a small insignia of rank from the Erelond Empire, the army rather.
Yeah.
And put that on the table. It's a weighty piece of some rare stone or something. I don't know what would be rare stone in this world.
Yeah, well, it's probably just some sort of gemstone, like opal or something like that.
Sure, I put it down on the table very carefully and cautiously.
And I'd say that it's also carved into an insignia. So, yeah. He picks it up, he looks at it, he says, well, that certainly looks official. Will you mind waiting?
Of course not.
Very well, please have a seat. There's actually a couple of like leather upholstered chairs sitting here in this foyer. Very, very nice.
Is there a normal chair?
Yeah, there's like over in the corner, there's a chair that's probably like for a servant or something like that.
Yeah, I opt to sit in that because Kurthak would know his place.
Okay. He says, I'll be right back. And he runs off into the interior of the house. It's like a large mansion, very, very well built, out of stone, in the center of Verascali. After like 5 or 10 minutes, he comes running down the stairs again with the mayor in tow, and his name is Mayor Ared, A-E-R-E-D. The mayor is wearing like a long red robe with like a little ruffly frill at his neck, and he's got a sword of office, so like it's a ceremonial weapon strapped across his waist. He fixes you with an eye and he says, "Did you give my scribe your name?"
I did not. I do apologize, sir. I am Kurthak Ironjaw from the Erelond Empire. I wish to speak with you.
He strides over and he clasps your hand warmly and he says, "Well, by all means, welcome to Verascali. I hear there's some question of the disappearance of a royal heir."
There is. May we speak privately?
By all means. And he turns to his scribe and he says, "Ernard, please retire to the office." And the scribe retires, and the two of you are alone.
Mayor Arid, what have you heard of anything regarding Tarathiel Erelond in your city?
I confess freely that I have not. Do you have a description of this individual?
Elven, not so well kept. I have not seen her in many months, so I am not sure what she was perhaps wearing. Frilly hair, Hasn't seen the inside of a royal building in quite some times. Looks like she lived in the wild, most likely.
Well, we have had a few elves passing through here that do fit that description. Can you specify her age, perhaps?
To you, she would look normal age, not old. More in her teenage years, perhaps.
Teenage years. All right, very well. You know, I don't meet many individuals who pass through town, especially of the adventuring sort, but I can put out a call to the guard to see if they can turn up any information regarding a person of this description.
Thank you. That would be most appreciated.
Can you give me a like a persuasion roll, Ironjaw?
Okay. Yeah. Really don't want to, though. 12.
Okay. He nods. He says, I will speak with my scribe and have him begin pursuing a line of inquiry. I'm sure that we will have some information for you within about a week.
One more thing, sir, while I have your attention. This group that I have met here in town and working for as my current employer are looking for information regarding an arrow that has been found in their journeys. On the arrow, it has the name I kind of like sit back and think and say Arenadia, the Basilisk Slayer, and also Lasari, the Basilisk God. Does this mean anything to you or this town?
There are a scattering of elven ruins around the town of Viriskali. Ancient places, though I think others of ill repute have come through and returned and reported that that this group of elves that used to live on this plane did in fact worship Lasari, the ancient basilisk god. I would advise you to take to the plains and begin searching. There are a number of sites in the area, but I am no archaeologist.
Very well. Thank you for the information. It is most kind.
Thank you. He returns back upstairs. Now, Bardrick, where were you headed?
I'm
going
heading
to the
temple.
The temple to Vera, yeah.
Word.
Okay.
So, I guess I kind of know where it is because I've been in this town for a few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I stroll up. I get like my, common clothes, head over, start like a little bit of a walk, push open the doors, look for someone. Do I see anybody?
Yeah, absolutely. So, interestingly, the chapel to Vera, instead of having pews, they just have low stone walls that are like maybe a thigh high to a normal person.
Okay.
In rows where pews would be. It doesn't look very comfortable. And there is a priest at an altar kneeling down praying. This priest is wearing like half mail and has a shield and a mace leaning on each side of the altar. The priest stands up and turns around as you enter. She has long braided black hair. And she's probably about 45 and she has a beautiful face.
So a MILF. Cool. All right. So I stroll up and I lift over my hood and I say, yo, temple bro or sister. I need some godlike info. There's a dude of basilisks named Lasari. You heard of this?
She turns around and doesn't quite know what to make of your introduction.
And I'm like looking like this.
She stoops over and peers down at you and she says, "Welcome, my child, to the Temple of Vera. You'll have to forgive me. What is it you're asking for? Some ancient god, Lasari?"
Yeah. So like there's this guy, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, I don't know, his name's Lasari and he's the god of basilisks. I'm supposed to find out some stuff from a friend because we got a cool group, we're gonna go get some fine loot and some bitches, and so I just wondered if you had any information for me.
A basilisk god. Follow me, if you please, child. And she leads you to a door over behind the altar, just like a small wooden door that's banded with iron, and pushes it open, and it opens into a very small room lit with just one small oil lamp in the very center, and all along the walls are like stacked bookshelves with scrolls and papers and stuff all all over the place. And in the very bottom left-hand corner, all of the scrolls are almost crumbling, like they look very ancient. And there's this musty, warm smell in here. She turns back to you and says, "We may have records among the temple of ancient gods from the region. Hold on one moment. I do recall something about this." She goes ruffling through a number of the scrolls, pulls one open, and says, "Ah, yes, here, Laseri, an ancient basilisk god. Not a very pleasant deity to serve, a vengeful god, often bestowed great power on the worms of the forest. Yes, it looks like one of the primary methods of worship was the release of a hunter who also became the hunted in a hunt for a mighty basilisk."
Whoa. That sounds deep. All right. So, like, can I, like, borrow that scroll or,
Give me a
my
persuasion
buddy.
roll.
All right. Actually, what is my persuasion? Oh, yeah.
Not bad. She looks at you
I'll
and
return it in
says-
one piece, I swear.
She kind of looks you up and down and says, "The scroll is very valuable. I can't let you take the original. It would probably crumble to pieces. But for 3 gold pieces, I could have an acolyte transcribe you a copy. It would take a matter of a day."
Is there any more information on that you think would be useful to someone the likes of me, or you think I'm good with just that? 3 goals is a little steep for someone in my profession right now, but I'm gonna roll in it soon. Don't you wait. Don't you worry. I'm gonna have all
She
the
nods
gold
sagely and says, "Well, feel free to return when you feel a little more flush, and we can talk about what services the temple can render."
Okay. So I just kind of try to remember everything she just told me, and then I just walk out.
Cool. So, Kellen and Juliet, would each of you make an investigation roll?
Absolutely.
So,
and
Juliet.
Before I forget, if you could keep in mind, the parents thing. I was doing some investigating during my downtime. We didn't do anything about that.
Yes, right.
Okay. Just so I get it out of my head.
So, Juliet, your investigation is an intelligence skill. So, if you look on the left-hand side of your sheet, beside intelligence, is your investigation skill checked?
Nope.
Okay. Then it only relies on your intelligence. So, what's your intelligence bonus?
-1.
Awesome. So, roll a d20.
I can read.
minus-
I swear. Don't fucking look at me like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I nailed it.
So, Juliet, you go looking through the military section of the library, except that on the way there's a section on fashion, and you
fuck
find
yeah.
you find
Pictures.
you find a treatise on dresses, and it's written by one of the preeminent fashionistas of our day, Lady Charlemagne.
Right.
And it's describing all sorts of frills and ruffles and exactly the process to make hot pink dye. And oh man, it's just so exciting. You spend 3 hours reading it, and then finally when Kellen comes over to you, you realize that you've spent no time actually looking for arrows.
Okay.
Kellen, on the other hand,
Sounds right.
Let's see if I can investigate anything here.
yeah, go ahead.
I know less. Jesus.
Awesome. So
God, give me a break. I can't talk.
Yeah.
Kellen, you get alone in the stacks, and there's no sound at all, and there's just all of these books and words around you, and you feel like the walls are closing in and the hallways are getting longer and longer. You just kind of all of the blood drains from your face, and you just turn around and walk out.
I go immediately to tap Juliet.
Yeah.
Juliet.
Oh, hey. Hi.
There's
Yeah, there was nothing over there. I don't know what that guy
That's
was talking about.
We need to leave immediately.
Oh, well, okay. I have a bag, right?
Yeah.
I totally slipped that book into my bag.
Awesome.
Do I see this?
Yeah,
app?
go ahead and add a book on fashion to your inventory.
You know what? Never mind. Whether I see it or I don't care. I just want out.
Yep.
Panicking way too hard to care.
And I'm walking as briskly. I'm not running, but I'm walking as briskly as I can past the what's his name? Waltham. Past Waltham. Thank you. We couldn't find anything. Have a good day. Bye.
He nods sagely and says, yes, well, come back anytime, and the door slams. Okay, so you guys all meet back up at Frelka's Tavern. What are you going to do? You've got a little bit more of information. You've got information that there was a cult that worshipped an ancient basilisk god. There was some kind of hunt where they would send out a hunter who would also be hunted by the basilisk. There's a number of elven ruins in the area around Viraskali. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I informed the party of the elven runes. Say, like, it would probably be our best bet to find more information there, whether it be from people or finding more heirlooms, much like I feel like that arrow is.
We learned that they're from the plains, right? We were told to go to the plains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The plains, the Central Ellen Plains, is the region that Viraskali sits in. So about like 2 hours to the north, there's a forest called the Starkwald. About 2 hours to the south, the plains break out into a region known as the South Ellen Plains, whereas the region right around you is the Central Ellen Plains. Actually, it's not 2 hours. It's like a day to the south. Maybe like half a day to the east, there's a swamp called the Rayfen. And another half a day to the west is a series of foothills called... Let me see exactly what they're called. The Udrin Foothills. That's kind of southwest, actually.
Okay. So we would want to go south if we wanted to, like, follow the mayor's instructions.
Or is that just me?
Do what?
Sorry, Kellen?
What'd you say, Zing? Uh-oh.
His mic just... Yeah, he just said something about his audio going.
Oh, no. Can you not,
I don't think he's able to hear us.
He's so confused. No.
Oh,
Okay.
Zeke.
Mic test, check.
Oh, I
back?
heard something.
1, 2,
Hello?
check.
No, the audio just went crazy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You good?
Okay.
My internet dropped me out, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. You were on camera with us the entire time, so.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
So for
Okay.
us, it was fine.
Cool.
Okay, sorry.
Anyways.
Montana
So, yeah.
internet. Gotta love.
I don't know. It sounds like a cool thing to check out. I say we go to these ruins. That totally works with me. What about you,
Yep.
Kellen?
That sounds great. Before we leave, Steven, can I see if I just found out anything about my parents during this
Yeah,
time?
so you also commissioned an artist to get a painting done of your
That's
parents.
right. I forgot about that. Yep, a little drawing of my folks.
That cost you a gold.
Yep, took it off already.
Awesome. And go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
You bet. Jesus.
Oh.
I'm
Kellen.
supposed to have been helping him as well in the last few weeks. Was that stuff that we did today, or is that stuff we did over the 3 weeks before leaving?
It's stuff you've been doing over the last 3 weeks.
All
So
right.
if you'd like to make an investigation roll for his parents, then go ahead and do
Probably
that.
should.
I've rolled a 1, 2, and a 3. Ugh, God, out of 4.
It's my investigation. Oh, I'm only +1. Okay. Boop.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank
Yeah, okay.
you, Bardrick Bardison. Thank you.
You've
I got
been
your back, home slice.
you've spent a little bit of time in the outlying towns of Nala and Castow, asking about like groups of druids from the nearby forest and whether or not any of them have come through. And one of the people in Castow, a man named let's see, what's his name? A man named Bila. He says that he heard the witch Hextia speaking about a group of druids.
Okay, cool. All right, so we got a lead, yo. We can go do this too.
A group of druids. So so after we investigate these ruins, Hextia is someone who we need to talk to. If we can find her along the way before the ruins, that would be ideal.
We just gotta make sure we don't drink any of her potions and turn ourselves into bears, because that shit is so whack.
Did you want to ask this guy where Hextia's place is?
Oh,
Ah.
which guy? The
Bila? The guy you're
Yeah.
talking to in Castow? Yeah,
sounds good.
he says that it's just slightly northwest of Castow, You'll travel for like half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that, by foot. You'll reach an old standing stone on top of a hill. Within sight of that old standing stone, there is a tall and rickety hut, and that's Hextia's hut.
Sweet. All right.
Is that on the way to the ruins?
Well, you guys don't know where the ruins are at this point in time. So either you're going to have to figure out how to get more information about where the ruins might be that you're looking for, or you're going to have to go just sort of explore and find.
Perfect. I'm going to try and convince the party that Hextia knows where the ruins are.
Can we do a roll with that? Because I was about to bring that up.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean,
Can we do a roll?
Like, are we convinced, or can we see that he's lying to us, or like, I
Deception check?
guess, Kellen, like, what do you say to us?
Yes, that's what I'm basically saying is I'll just say it. Since we are completely unaware as to where the actual location of the ruins are, I think that someone that is versed in magic would know a place that has power inside of it, and the ancient ruins are chock full of power.
Do
You know, I would say that that Kellen has a point, because if we think about it, like logical style, right? We've got like this witch who maybe or maybe doesn't have an entire idea about what is going on around her surroundings, but also, like, well, what if she's really old? This bitch could know a lot of shit. So I say we go.
That's logical style.
I just kind of like look back and forth between the two of them, and I say, Kellen, the deal has changed. Will you accommodate the pay for this extra task?
Oh my God, are you being paid? Holy shit, I want to be paid. How much are you paying him?
You should be
For
paid.
real. Like, don't bullshit me. I want to know, what's he being paid right now?
You will get obviously a full quarter share of whatever we've come upon.
We just split
on
it
top
like
of that,
quarters, like.
Oh, fuck, that's awesome.
Can teach you. I can pay you in trade. Teach you how to track and hunt.
Oh, bitch, I know how to do all that. Like, don't even worry about it. I just want to know, like, am I going to get some money that I can buy a sick dress with, okay? Like, is that what's going to happen here?
What would it take?
I don't want to brag at all, Kellen. Let's tell her. Let's tell her. So, like, we were up on this one other adventure one time, and what happened was...
Are you sure this isn't my decision?
No. It's okay. It's okay. So, like, we could trust these guys. So we got some really nice gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a good pile. So we shared it, and yeah, it's, it was a while ago, but these kinds of things are lucrative. You want in on this.
Oh, fuck. I'm in.
Yeah.
Forget I said anything. Let's party.
Awesome. So you guys are going to try to find Hextia.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in. I've been convinced.
Okay.
I'm not convinced, but I'm just like, let me just get this shit over with and get out of here.
Cool. So let's take
I'm
a
not
break.
gonna
When we
start
come
a fight.
back, we'll head out and start trying to find Hextia's hut.
Awesome stuff. All right, we'll take this quick 3-5 minute break. We'll be right back going into hour 2 right after this. See you guys in just a bit.